Welcome and hello, it's good to have you here with us at Somaliland National Television. I'm Mohammed Aden here to update you with the latest events making the headlines. These are the stories to come. Minister of Fisheries informs the media about plans to develop the eastern regions. Minister of Post and Telecommunications discusses talks held with telecom giants. Minister of Fisheries and Marine Resources Ali Jama' Farah Boured, speaking to SLN TV at a press conference held at his office, discussed government efforts towards ensuring more progress on public service being provided at several districts located in the far eastern regions of Somaliland. The minister reiterated the government's commitment and dedication to ensuring more progress throughout the eastern regions and the country as a whole. He added that the relentless efforts by the government towards better progress for the citizens will and must be increased to eventually reach a momentum of resilience in productivity and the citizens' participation along the way. Minister Ali Jama' Farah pointed out that every citizen is eligible to the public services regardless of who and the whereabouts, so that the government fulfilling its objectives is now taking several approaches to foster a nationwide progress through providing every citizen services of utmost importance. The minister continued to add that the president's visit to Las Qore and other districts in the eastern regions proved a prime effort and seen before, which symbolizes the government's wholeheartedness in pursuing on development. During the visit by the president undertook the initiative of several developmental projects and announced prospective plans in the pipeline, which include providing residents with an ultimate access to the public services. The current administration of Somaliland continues to portray more development, from fulfilling objectives to taking new steps towards development, an effort which has collectively been welcomed by the citizens, describing it as a thoroughgoing move. Minister of Post and Telecommunications Mohammed Jama' Abgal, speaking to the press, discussed recent steps taken by the ministry to further the ongoing services being provided at the ministry to better progress for the telecom giants. The minister is speaking on the major steps taken by the ministry to ensure more progress for the services being provided at the ministry, as well as increasing cooperation amongst the media and the ministry, amongst the telecom giants and the Ministry of Post and Telecommunications. Minister Mohammed Jama' Abgal stated that the ministry is represented by the public for issues relating to the improvement of post and telecom services, as well as undertaking any rules and regulations needed by the telecom sector to better boost its commercial advantage and service for the citizens. Speaking regarding the unrelenting steps taken to promote cooperation amongst the Ministry of Post and Telecommunications and the telecom giants based in Somaliland, the minister stated that the talks with the telecom giants resulted in taking new steps towards unifying the previous numbers of all telecom giants in Somaliland. The minister also speaking on the difference in views between members of the ruling political party, Kulmiye. He said that difference in views only demonstrates refreshing democracy that Somaliland continues to boast, and different views of those members have been brought to a compromise. A context which also demonstrates how democracy and people's rightful expressions are demonstrated through peaceful and talkative means. The minister also expressed his hope towards the successful occurrence of the hugely anticipated convention of the ruling political party, Kulmiye, which is due in weeks' time. Ministers of Education and National Planning, joined by other dignitaries, attended an event held to construct a building for Somaliland's National Library. A public library sought to take part in improvement of education throughout Somaliland. Deputy head of Samateli's organization, which undertook the efforts of building the National Library, stated that the steps towards building the National Library are beginning today, and indicated that the library will play a constructive role in better educating citizens. A renowned Dr. Edna Adel Ismail, speaking at the podium, stated that the establishment of the National Library is showing the Somaliland people's wholeheartedness in bringing their efforts to fruition and ensuring that every citizen was provided with access to public library to educate themselves on important subjects. Minister of Education Samsam Abdi Aden reiterated the unrelenting efforts by the government towards better progress for the citizens and promoting education as an issue of major priority for the whole nation. The minister continued to add that Somaliland is now conducting itself as a nation which is which hasn't only achieved in politics but also in education and all platforms of government. The President of Somaliland, Ahmed Mohamed Mohamud Silanyo, previously laid the foundation stone for the establishment of the National Library. The Somaliland citizens residing in Saudi Arabia expressed admiration for the President's visit to the eastern regions of Somaliland and the development steps taken by the government. The People's Talk in the past 2 weeks has been the recent tour by the President of Somaliland made around all regions of Somaliland. This initiative gained the admiration of all Somalilanders all around the world and in the country, and everyone described this a historic tour marking the government's commitment to making sure that Somaliland has gained momentum in its productivity and development. The Somaliland citizens in Saudi Arabia also stated the Somaliland government, therefore Somalilanders residing in Saudi Arabia sent a congratulatory message to the people of Somaliland, praising the President's tour around the country. Also praising the armed forces of Somaliland for the remarkable efforts they continue on embarking to protect Somaliland and its borders. An event held in Borama commemorating the International Water Day. The event had attendees of government officials and other dignitaries. First speaker at the event was the regional coordinator of Somaliland's Ministry of Water Resources, Mohammed Umar Dembil, and he elaborated on the significance of water in global wide. The coordinator also mentioned that water service of our region is now at its best condition. He also expanded on the different stages the water service of our region went through and the main obstacles it faced. Head of Shaba Water Company also spoke at the event and commented on the water implementation programs that the government of Somaliland is intending to accomplish nationwide. He also pointed out that Audor is ready to cooperate and play a major role in developing the water sector of Somaliland. Gunshots have been fired and blasts heard at the Ukrainian airbase in Crimea after Russian forces smashed through the facility's outer perimeter. Footage from an overhead security camera recorded the moment a Russian armored vehicle shunted past the Ukrainian military truck and stormed the entrance at the Baltic base near Sevastopol. One Ukrainian serviceman was reportedly injured in the takeover. Prior to the seizure, Russian forces had surrounded the area, issuing an ultimatum for Ukraine's military inside the airbase to leave. Home to some 29 MiG fighter jets, personnel were filmed yesterday making such preparations. But it now appears the Russian deadline wasn't met in time. Reports claim the Ukrainian commander, who refused to give up the base until given orders to do so from Kiev, was taken away for talks with the Russian forces. Earlier, several hundred unarmed protesters also took control of Ukraine's naval base at Novovedrivka in western Crimea, with pro-Russian militia reportedly seizing Ukraine Navy ships.